and share the silence, finding comfort together the way old friends do. And after fights and words of violence, we make up with each other the way old friends do. Times of joy and times of sorrow, we will always see it through. I don't care what comes tomorrow.
Alright, Sting here. Sorry about the voice, it's the gigging and all that. I've lost my voice. I'm Sting, and this is my main man, Shaggy.
Hey, how you doing? It's Shaggy here, shouting out to all my people all across the world. We've been touring all year long. Off the back of our album, this is one of our tracks, Don't Make Me Wait. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. We want to welcome you to Sting and Shaggy's
Hogmanay, Hootenanny. A little birdie tells Sting and Shaggy that you like computer games. Is that right?
Play Don't Make Me Wait by Sting and Shaggy.
Don't!
Okay, so, make me wait. Enjoy the show.
Boy, will be here any minute now.
Oh, wow. Look how real it is. It looks real. Lovely colours as well. That's amazing. Oh, you can move them. You can actually move that. Oh, that's unbelievable. That is amazing. Who'd have thunk? You know what I mean? Who'd have thunk? Oh, you can pick it up as well.
Turn the bars.
What? I'm busy. Hello, welcome to the Moss review. PlayStation VR puzzle adventure. Let's see if I can run out of things to say about it. I'll see how many things I can tell you. It's adventure game, storybook. This is in between levels, and at the start of the game you get that nice storybook presentation. But at the end of the levels as well, you'll hear a big page flipping, and the levels are quite small and self-contained. It's interesting that they made that decision, and I suppose it would be easier. Well, I don't know. As always, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But maybe it's easier to make these wee self-contained levels rather than make some kind of open world expansive thing that everybody assumed we were going to be playing on PSVR instead of these wee intricate wee masterpieces, which is what Moss is. It's another one. I wonder if you... Well, don't do that. A fucking 8-year-old can do that. An 8-year-old can do that. They should take that out. Patch that out, guys. It's going to hurt somebody's soul. I remember going into this town for the first time and going, oh my god, can you imagine a Zelda game in VR? Can you imagine how good that would be? You'd never have to speak to anybody ever again. They call you the reader in it, and you can interact, you can open doors and you can interact with objects and help out your wee pal, Quill. You can even join in fights as well. You can slow down guys and grab guys and help out. You're not just a big stupid head popping into this wee mouse's world. You know what I mean? You're not just sitting about watching. You're actually supposed to have to do things. It's actually quite complicated sometimes, to be honest, because you're controlling the mouse and you're doing other stuff. And I'll not get into it, but it's not that long. It's only about 3-4 hours. Oh, there'll probably be a party once I jumped in there, I imagine. Probably a birthday party or something. Oh no, they're going to try and kill me. They're going to try and kill me again. Aye, 3 or 4 hours, but an absolute belter again. Another one. How will it stand up? I don't know. I don't know how it will stand up. It's so beautifully, tightly put together. It's a beautiful, beautiful wee object. But these are the early days of VR, aren't they? So right now it seems like a masterpiece. I'll call it a masterpiece. It's beautiful. I really, really loved it. Really atmospheric. And Quill does this thing. I forgot to capture footage, but if you ever get stuck, you're sitting about doing, no knowing what you're doing, Quill will start to give you hints, like act out what you're supposed to do, which is really cool. But you need to be stupid to access that Easter egg. You need to be a fucking idiot, like me. See the big deer? What a beautiful game. What a beautiful, beautiful game. Don't also remember that you will actually have to stone up sometimes, you fat pie, to see what you're doing properly. This is the future. Get off your ass. So I love it. I love that mouse. I love this game. It's beautiful. I think you should play it. It's not that dear. Well, the helmet's dear, obviously, but it's a beautiful game. But I'm not done with VR. It's like I've got a new pal. It's amazing. It's amazing to play these games. They're so good. But I'm not done with VR because a friend got me Tetris Effect, and in the back of my mind I was going, fucking Tetris, mate. Tetris. It's no fucking the 90s, mate. What Moss does is really well is it gives you an amazing sense of scale. The levels feel massive and you really feel as if you're in this wee mouse's world. But it's really difficult to convey that to you just by explaining it. I'm fully aware that I'm capturing VR footage wrong, by the way. I think there is a better way of doing it, but I'll work to improve. Guys, I've only been at it for 14 years. But Tetris is beautiful, mate. The sense of excitement that you get when the music is ramping up and all the things are flying into your face. It must be how your maw feels when something, I don't know, stick something in there yourself. I don't really want to, I'm not like that anymore, so I don't say things like that anymore. But it's like, you know, your ma fucking, when your ma's sucking off all the dogs. Something like that. It's fucking amazing. It's really beautiful and exciting, and it'll just suck up a lot of your time. I like the relax modes because you can push yourself, but if you die, you can keep playing. I mean, obviously this isn't a championship form. I wasn't pushing myself because I'm just capturing footage here. I'll have a go at one of the harder levels at the end of this just to show you the true mastery of my skills. I come from a time where games didn't look very good and you had to use your imagination. And only in the wildest of imaginations did Tetris ever look this good and was ever this exciting. But now it looks this good and it's this exciting for everybody that plays it. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I'm starting to get really, really excited about VR, guys. Really excited. This is the hard level. You can't even see them falling down. You can't even see them moving. They just appear. What kind of specimen would you have to be able to do that? Games are good, guys. Not a moment too soon as well for me personally. Guys, this is an official announcement. The virtual reality is now here, and it's better than normal reality. So go and get one.
Hello there, Sting and Shaggy. It's me from U2. Bonehead, how y'all doing? You look lovely, lads, in your Christmas jumpers there. Might I just say to you boys, a lot of you might have forgotten what the old U2s are about. Let me tell you, we're just one of those lovely Irish bands like Westlife or Boyzone. Except, you know, we went to band practice and learned all our instruments, so we're pretty good. Except for me, of course. I was allowed just to sing because the boys said, "You're such a good singer, Bonus. You're such a great singer. You don't have to do it." So I don't have to do it. But I do like your sweaters, boys. You're looking lovely. And I've got mine on. Look at that! Batman! Because, you know, we did that film. We did the music for the film, the Batman film there. The Love Me, Fuck Me, Touch Me, Kill Me one. I think they changed that name in the edit. But I'll see you in the studio soon, lads!
The game I am currently playing is Labyrinth of Refrain on Nintendo Switch. And this is the game that I am reviewing for this special Hogmanay episode of Consolevania.
Why is it that you're reviewing this game?
I'm reviewing this game because I love games like this. I wanted to review it to tell everyone who watches Consolevania out there how good the game is. It's called Labyrinth of Refrain, and to explain it to you really quickly, it's a game that works like this. It's one of these games, like Eye of the Beholder and all of that stuff, where you walk around and explore a dungeon like so. That's the kind of game it is.
And why is it that you take to these sort of games so well?
Sorry, you'll have to speak louder for the microphone.
Why is it that you take to these sort of games so well?
I think the reason why I take to these sort of games so well is because they're so relaxing. Labyrinth of Refrain is very, very traditional, and it's very, very relaxing. It's relaxing because it is completely turn-based, so there's no panic or no drama. It's also very good for a man like me who is a father of 2 beautiful daughters, because while I'm busy doing other things, while I'm busy preparing life for these 2 girls and making sure life is going to be fantastic for these 2 girls, I can also be, in a turn-based sense, moving around the dungeon and activating battles against a myriad of wonderful enemies.
Now, would you say that this game is a relaxing game, or would you say that it's a stressful game?
I would say that it is both relaxing and stressful. It's relaxing in how the mechanics are put together, but it's stressful in that sometimes you really make very, very basic mistakes that you shouldn't make. Very, very foolish mistakes. Let me give you an example. In Labyrinth of Refrain, Hope, what you can do is you can gain experience in a normal way by fighting battles and gaining experience at the end of battles, or you can make a decision to start stockpiling your experience. So you don't get the experience, you stockpile it, you bank it. Then you go into the next fight, and then you can continue to stockpile, bank it, and then again, and bank it. And every time you bank it, you give yourself a bonus, a multiplier, you start building up a multiplier. So just like in Dark Souls, you run around and you get the souls and stuff, and you die and you lose it all. If you've been stockpiling experience and you lose a battle, it's all gone. So it's a kind of push your luck, who dares wins type of thing that's built into the game that can help you level up a bit faster. And if you're really greedy, you can really suffer with that. But it's so there you can see that that's an excellent game, and it's an excellent game, Labyrinth of Refrain. It's expensive, by the way. It's a difficult game to get cheaply. I got it as a Christmas present, and I have been loving it since Christmas Day. And it's exactly what I hoped it would be, because I love games like this. And it's exactly what I hoped it would be, but it has so much going on in it, so much to explore, so many systems to uncover.
Would you say there's a strategy to this game, or would you say that players can just kind of do what they like in this game?
No, you're definitely going to have to be very tactical more than strategic. Well, there's an element of strategy involved in the kind of team that you build up to take into the dungeons. There's one thing I need to say about the game, which is that the story is quite... The story is very Japanese in the sense that there is a lot of elements in the game. That's all right. There's a lot of elements in the game that I would say are, excuse me for saying this, Hope, but that are sexualized to a sense that don't need to be. So that's a weird thing. There's a weird wee thing in it. But anybody that's played Japanese games for a long time, like your boy Rab has, I can just ignore that and play on. And underneath all that, there's this incredibly deep strategy, tactical, dungeon exploring game that's right up all Rab's street. Any more questions?
Yes. Would you recommend this to lots of other people? Would you recommend it to younger gamers, or would you recommend it to more older gamers?
Again, because of the the kind of sexualised content in it, no. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody that's too young. And when I say something like that, Hope, I'm just talking about there are references to like the woman talks about people looking at her boobs and stuff like that, and it's nothing too much, you know what I mean? It's nothing too. You would probably be fine, but it's just a wee bit on the edge and feels a wee bit weird as a grown man playing it. You're kind of like, well, this is odd. However, I would recommend it to anybody who loves a very, very difficult, stat-heavy, punishing sometimes, but hugely rewarding turn-based strategy RPG.
Would you say that this game is addictive, or do you think that you can only take a little bit of it at a time?
It's very addictive. It's very addictive. I mean, I have been basically walking around with it stuck to my right arm, playing it constantly. I've been playing it on the toilet. I've been sitting on the toilet doing a big poo while playing it. I've been on the toilet doing a big jobby, squeezing a big jobby with my bum.
Okay, wait, I'm
not finished yet. No, I'm not finished. Squeezing a big jobby with my bum. My bum,
okay,
my sphincter has been opening up and a big jobby's been squeezing out. My big jobby's been squeezing out in my bum. And while I've been exploring the dungeon, and the thing is, a big jobby came out and fell. Labyrinth of Refrain, a jobby came out of my bum and it fell into the pan and it went. It called a jobby. A big jobby came.
First time that Sting got into computer games, and it was back when I was still in the police. And what I liked about them back in the day is you got the manuals. You don't get the manuals anymore, do you? It tells you the keys on it. You could write that down. You could cut up the manuals. You cut up the manuals once you've wrote it down. You could roll them up as roaches, couldn't you? You could put them in your joints. But you don't get manuals now. So how are you supposed to smoke your how is Sting supposed to smoke his joints if he's not getting any roaches? That's a good attack. Shit, man!
Let's have a very quick wee look at a few games that are coming out next year. Next year is 2019 and Vane is coming out in January. It's PS4. It's fucking beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Indie game. Obviously, indie game. Occasionally reminds me of the look of it. Occasionally reminds me of that Swedish artist, Simon Stalenhag. The guy that does the futuristic paintings. Google it. Reminds me of that sometimes. It looks really, 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 really nice. It might be shite. We might never mention it ever again, but it might be good. So, fingers crossed. My big hope for the Master's next game, Miyazaki's next game, is that it happens again, that it does a Dark Souls to me. It's been a while, but fuck me, it looks very good. It won't look like this when I'm playing it. Or you, let's be honest. Fucking hell, it looks good, look at the size of him. Oh yeah, pig you. Soundfall's something I'm incredibly excited about because it's about music, and music plays a massive part in the game. It looks an awful lot like what's the Bastions and things like that I've never played. They kind of look in games, never played any of them. But this could be the one, because it's all about music. And rhythm plays a big part in the game, and it looks beautiful. There's no exact date, so it might not be out next year. Probably shouldn't have included it. My mistake.
Now, it's not all fun and games, Sting. We all playing our new video games on a Nintendo Switch. All things, you got your new vape machine, but it's not all fun and games at Christmas.
Come on, spit it out, Shaggy. Don't make me wait. Don't make me wait, Shaggy.
He's always ribbing me, Stingy. We gotta talk about some people who are less well off. We have a lot of charities and a lot of causes, and very important ones on a touring around the world. Sting,
I'm giving money to the rainforest and to the tribes. I give it to the tribes.
I gotta tell you, Sting, I know a guy I was in school with in Jamaica. He's building a big boat, and it's full of all this old cassettes of Spectrum, Commodore 64 music tapes, but not the games, just the music from the games filling up this big boat. He's gonna sail it all around, kind of the streets of Berlin, all around the world. And we got Alexa.
Bombastic by Shaggy on Amazon Music.
Hand it over now to Bono.
Singing Shaggy signing off. Shaggy, what are you doing? Shaggy! Oh, come on! Shaggy!
Hello there, Stinging Shaggy. It's me again from U2. How's it going, boys? Sounds like you're having great crack there, and I'll be with you shortly. But if I'm honest with you, I'm having a little bit of trouble with the old U2 sat-nav. I think the Edge has been playing around with it. Do you know what I mean? Causing me all sorts of problems because there's hills around here, you see. So the elevations are causing me all sorts of bother. I tell you what, the streets have got no name either as well. That's not helping, if you get me. He gets it, your man there. Anyway, boys, I thought I'd take this opportunity to just have a little word with you, tell you a story. A lot of people say to me, they say, Bonus, how come your band's called U2? And I say to them, well, it's because a lot of people seem to think that I've got a bit of a split personality problem going on. I have no idea what they're talking about. But anyway, my name's Bonehead and I'm just having a laugh.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Ryan.
Merry Christmas, Jerry.
Yeah, that's what I said. Merry Christmas to you, mate.
You good? Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Ryan.
Jerry, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that's what I said. Merry Christmas to you, Ryan. I said Merry Christmas. Do you know what I'm gonna get you a game for Christmas, mate?
Aye, go for it.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna get. I will go for it. I will get you a game. I'll get you Assassin's Creed, mate. Assassin's Creed Unity, mate. And do you know why I'm gonna get you Assassin's Creed Unity, mate? Because I know how much you love Assassin's Creed, but see Unity. Unity's got like it's set in Paris and you'll be thinking, oh actually this one isn't that bad because it's all lovely and it looks really nice for a wee minute, and then you'll realise that it's wildly over ambitious and the main character's just fucking nothing. You'll be left with just nothing in Paris, mate. Nothing. Assassin's Creed, nothing, mate. Guess what, mate? I've got another present for you, mate. I've got a PS4 bundle for you, mate, all with big blockbusters, mate. Oh, Jerry, is it just a little indie game? No, it's Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption, and the latest FIFA, and I've even given you a voucher for the next FIFA. You've just got to pick it up when it comes in, mate. Happy Christmas, mate!
Do you like scary games, Jerry?
You know I don't like
Do you like scary games? Well, what if I get you Alien Isolation? And you need to play it by yourself.
I'd be petrified of playing that, Ryan, mate!
Oh, you'll need to play it.
I'd be terrified!
Because you're getting it for your Christmas.
Thanks,
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, man. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you!
No, Merry Christmas to you.
That wasn't very civilised, was it? Merry Christmas, Ryan!
So this is Civilization V1, or Civ 6 to its mates, and the most important new feature in this series is that Sean's Beans are in it. Sean Bean's voice features in it, and he delivers lots of dramatic words of wisdom like,
every nation lives by exchanging.
Though our paths may differ, humankind shares the same goal, and we are driven to reach the horizon at any cost. And if pigs could fly, you'd be a wing commander, you bitch. Right, well, I made that last one up, right? But I love the unadulterated over-dramaticness of this game. The soundtrack and the sound design is incredible. It makes the most simple or mundane task sound absolutely epic. You just like clear some woods, click, point, attack, scout, Civ 5 may well be one of my favourite games of all time. And some things you don't need to change, do you? Sid Meier did all the hard graft coming up with the knowledge and progression trees for the whole of human civilization nearly 30 years ago. You don't need to mess around with that. Some things you don't have to muck about with. But like humanity itself, the game too must evolve. You daft twat. What better evolution can there be than seeing how a game translates to the Nintendo Switch? Right, so you still have 500 turns to achieve one of the various victory conditions, taking you all the way from 4000 BC through to 2050 AD. There's 24 civilizations to choose from. You've got the Japanese, the Romans, the Sumerians, the Spartans, who are obviously awesome as per usual. And each race puts you in the shoes of a various historical leader, and that helps you get into the role. Civ 6 takes place on a hex-based grid system, unlike games prior to it, which all had squares. But you do still start off with your first city, starting off on that tile, expanding out from there. Over more and more time, more people are born, more cities, meaning you have to find more ways to provide new homes and building new buildings, expanding your city outwards, citizens assigned to tiles automatically or manually, taking more production in, more food, build more units, more buildings, great armies and even great wonders. Great people and culture are probably the quickest routes to advancing in sudden leaps and bounds. Big momentum swings are probably the best way to achieving quick victories. That's what you need, sudden swings in your favour. However, mine the mini Napoleon complex means that my favourite way of doing things is building up huge armies and just wading my way across the globe. And that was fine in Civ 5, but Civ 6 has a lot more layers to it, including the effect of religions. You can have the largest army in the world and the most powerful weapons, but if that regiment turns on you because they refuse to attack their spiritual home, that's a bit of a game changer right there, my friend, let me tell you. I do miss being able to stack up the armies though into infinite big mega forces, but other than that, Civ 6 is superior to its predecessors in every way. It is an absolute delight to play it on the Switch, the perfect device for putting in a wee bit of extra playing time on the bus or the train while you're going on your way to one of your disciplinaries at work, you know, because the boss is saying to you you're not concentrating on your tasks in hand anymore because your mind's deep within a complicated world of conflict and diplomacy, which you've watched and helped shape right in front of your square eyes. It's perfect for that. Look, the reason I love Civilization is because I think it legitimately taught me a huge amount about how we all got here, or at least it opened me up to the concept that the mistakes we make now can echo through time and cause huge rifts for our descendants, just in the same way that we're dealing with a load of shitey decisions made decades and centuries before we burped our way onto the scene. But we've got to persevere, right? And as Sean Bean said himself, if at first you don't succeed, try to succeed, you daft twats.
If there are no dogs in heaven, then when I die, I want to go where they went.
Now, there was a time, not so long ago, I can tell you now that Sting is outside the room, they didn't call me Mr. Boombastic. I was just a little kid, just a little scruff running around the streets, and you know, I used to play video games. I just want to tell some of you Consolevania fans about the video games that meant a lot to me when I was a little kid. I used to play Frogger a lot. Frogger, you play a frog, you gotta cross the road. There's all these logs flying down that river. You gotta jump on the logs. You gotta get across the road first before you even meet those logs. I think that's a lot like life, you know. You start out in life, you're a young man, you're getting into the music industry, and you're trying to avoid that heavy traffic of, you know what, just, you know, women and fame, money, drugs, all this traffic. You avoid that, you get there, and then you're at the river. You're 40 years old, you're at the river, you got a legacy, you got a career behind you, and then you gotta jump on the logs, you gotta keep afloat. You know, that's a time when a lot of people slip into irrelevance. But, you know, I say to myself, Shaggy, you gotta jump on these logs, you gotta stay up there in that game. And I was jumping on log, but I was looking for my lily pad, and I found him. I found my lily pad is Sting. And I jump on top of Sting, and I just jump right on top.
Alright team, now you might be curious about what video games I'm most looking forward to in 2019. I know Ryan's probably anticipating some mad indie game crap, but me, much more traditional guy, I'm even looking forward to, in fact, all three of my games are sequels. One of them's a threequel, a third one. So first of all, obviously, I'm looking forward to...
You do not hesitate.
Resident Evil 2 coming out in January. That's a big one. Everybody remembers when they first got Resi 2, man, back in the day. When I first got Resi 2 back in the day, I got it with a special controller that was shaped like a gun, because I used to be a young man who liked things shaped like guns, like Prince and all, with his mic. Now, additionally, I'm looking forward to next year, Neo 2. Neo was the Dark Souls-like game that came out. Incredibly impressive game. I reviewed it In fact, for Consolevania, I'm pretty sure. I'm really looking forward to the second one because the first game is really superb. Kind of underrated, I think. So that's Neo 2, looking forward to that. Can't wait for that one to come out. And the third one I'm looking forward to is, of course, Fuck You, Ryan.
開口は我の古よりの定めなり
Shenmue 3. Of course, Fuck You, Ryan, Shenmue 3 isn't its full title, but oh my god, I just can't wait for it. I've waited so long to conclude this saga. I'm away in here now to do a wee bit of practice kung fu.
Do you want to fish up a Shags?
So I think if we just do it like that.
She bides at number 80 Street in Glasgow. Mighty Mary had a canary. Mama's a millionaire. Blue eyes and curly hair. Walking down Buchanan Street with her big banana feet. Mama's a millionaire.
Alexa, stop. What
Shaggy,
did she, wait a minute, what did she just call me? Alexa, play Don't Make Me Wait by Sting and Shaggy.
Here's Don't Make Me Wait by Sting and Shaggy on Amazon Music.
Shaggy? You call me Shaggy?
Shaggy, come on.
She called me
Shaggy,
Shaggy.
it's Christmas. Come on,
She called me Shaggy.
It's Christmas, Shaggy, come on.
You always call me Shaggy.
Shaggy, come on.